What's up, guys? I want to make this video because this is what absolutely changed my life, from going to a kid that was broke, addicted to porn, weed, drinking with my buddies all the time, to completely transforming my life and being one of Andy Elliott's top sales coaches, not having to worry about money, not being addicted to drugs or porn or alcohol or any of that crap. And how I truly changed my life, came down to three things, three pillars, which I like to start with. Is number one, weaponize your biology. What this means is that if you're walking around like a freaking soy boy with low energy, low frequency, low testosterone, you're not going to be able to perform mentally to eventually get to step three, which is make some damn money. You're not going to be able to do it if you feel like crap all the time and your energy's low. It's like trying to FaceTime somebody with 1% battery. It's going to crash out. Or making calls or doing anything cool. It's like what happens whenever you put your phone in low power mode. The brightness shuts off, you don't use as much data, it just doesn't work as well. Well, it's the same thing when your freaking body's running on 20% energy on low battery mode, and it's just in survival mode because you're sick all the time, okay? And then number two, update your mental programming. Andy always says this thing, that you can't ever out-earn your own self-worth. I used to not know what this meant. I used to think like, I gotta believe I'm worth more. But how do you do that if you have all this crap in your brain? Hey, if you're watching this, take notes. Don't just watch this for entertainment, and write this down. Knowledge minus leashes equals performance. That means you could go learn the best information in the entire planet from a guy like Andy, who created a 9-figure business, or Tony Robbins, or Bill Gates, the most badass business people ever, and go try to start your own business. Well, if you have all these leashes in your life that are holding you back, keeping you down, you're not going to be able to do it. So people are walking around with these dusty computers, but it's not in their hand, it's not in their office, it's right here. This is the most powerful computer you're ever going to have, and it runs off of programs, different things, which are beliefs. The way that I truly transformed my life wasn't always just building new beliefs, but also getting rid of a lot of crap that the world will convince you that money's the root of all evil, or you can't be successful and healthy. It's like there's all these myths and crap that you might have learned along the way that you might not even put there. Sometimes computers can get a virus, and sometimes the user doesn't put it in there. It could be from an email that was sent or somebody. So basically what I'm saying is that whenever you were growing up, you probably had a teacher, a parent, a friend, somebody that taught you something that now in your mental programming, you're still seeing the world this way, and you might not even know it. Stop for a second. Think about this. What is that leash you've been holding on to in your life? That limiting belief? That thing that's just not serving you anymore. Maybe it did at one point, but it's just not helping you anymore, right? We need to update this mental programming, and you can do it. A lot of people teach how to do it, but you got to get rid of the crap first. Number three is cash in your potential. You could learn all the coolest stuff. You can get super healthy. You ever see those guys that are ripped at the gym? Maybe a personal trainer, somebody that's in the best shape ever, or they're extremely healthy and they're talking about all this stuff, but they're broke. That's not cool either. Or they're like, eat organic grass-fed, and you can't afford to eat organic grass-fed. That's not that cool. If you can't have a badass coach, you can't even invest in yourself because you're not making the money because you haven't cashed in your potential. That's not that cool, right? And by the way, this one feeds these. This feeds back into this. They all feed each other. It's an operating system, just like you. Like, you don't want to be a master of one thing and then everything else is falling apart. You don't have to be obese to make a lot of money. You don't have to be in the best shape ever and be broke. It's like, it's a total system. And it's not just like physical shape. I'm not a bodybuilder, right? But what I did do, and I'll talk about this later in some future videos, is I went from a sick human being that ate a very normal diet and was sick. I had low energy, brain fog, felt like crap, did all these things because I listened to the norm. If you're looking for normal, I wouldn't watch my videos. This channel is not for you. If you're looking to break outside this box that you feel like you've been put in, you just don't know how, and you feel stuck, that's what this is for. This is about tapping into peak mental performance, peak physical health, right? And then peak financially as well, which comes with that once you master the first two. The last one, cash in the potential, okay? This means learn a high income skill. Learn from somebody that's gone where you want to go. That's what a mentor is. You know, there's two routes you can take. One, go to college, like everybody else says, and that's fine. If you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, that's great. If you want to get into sales or business or something along those lines, we're in the era of information. You don't have to go 4 years, learn from a professor who's actually never ran a business before, which is what's called a theory teacher, where you're like, hey, Miss Johnson, How much did you make whenever you implemented these principles from the textbook? And she's like, I've never ran a business before, but listen to the textbook. It's like, all right, Miss Johnson, I'm paying 50 grand for this. That doesn't make any sense, right? Or you can invest, or not, you can invest your time and your energy into a YouTube video like this to make your life better. Find a mentor like Andy, a Tony Robbins, somebody that's gone where you want to go, somebody that you just resonate with. When you feel their energy, you feel their vibe, you're like, that's who I want to become. Maybe not 100%, but some of it, and just steal it. That's what I've done my whole life. I'm 26 years old. And literally the last 6 years since I made a decision to cut everything else out that wasn't serving me, the weed, the porn, the addictions, the doubt, the insecurities, all the crap, that's when I changed. When I found that person that has been where I want to go. And you start learning. If you got to pay to get in the room, if you got to invest in the course, whatever. Dude, there's 1,000% ROI on personal development. I'm not selling anything. I'm not telling you, hey, text me for this course. I don't have a course. I'm just straight up giving you the information that absolutely changed my life. Would you rather invest 50 grand, 4 years of your life, to hopefully come out on the other side to maybe make 100 grand and be stuck there in a salary position capped for the rest of your life? And maybe if your boss really likes you, he'll promote you. Or take your life into your own hands. Realize that you design your reality, that you shape it with the mental programming. You control if you're healthy or not. You decide how much money you make, and when you get better, you give yourself a pay raise. Not waiting 15, 20 years. And the only industry I know how to do that, sales, entrepreneurship, or some piece of like marketing, digital content creation, something like that, where you're an entrepreneur. You're thinking outside the box, you're doing things differently. And there's no excuse not to learn it now. My parents, they didn't have this information. They didn't have videos like you're watching right now. YouTube didn't even exist. Now you can access this whether you're in India, Africa, or right here in the US, doesn't matter. But this is how I changed my life. And the way you're gonna cash in this potential is by mastering a skill. For me, it's sales. This video camera, this tripod is stacked on sales books that I study. I have piles and piles and piles. If you notice, this is where my TV would go in my room. I don't have one, I have a whiteboard. And I have books on books on books, because I realize the more I learn, the more I earn. I know it sounds corny, sounds cliche, but it's the truth. So these are the 3 principles, the 3 pillars I'm gonna talk about on how I changed my life and how you're gonna watch me level up and continue to do so. So if you're along for the ride, I appreciate you watching my first YouTube video, first real consistent YouTube video. And what I would like for you to do is, if you like more content like this, quit watching all the crap on Instagram and all the freaking terror and fear and all this different stuff, and go give your boy Austin Laudette, AustinLaudette, a like and a follow. Give me a follow so you can see more content like this. I appreciate you watching. Let's crush it.